Every dog owner has seen it happen. You are out on a walk through the neighborhood park. Your dog trots along beside you, but without warning, that nose drops straight into a patch of grass, and your dog starts chewing like it has not eaten in days. Your first thought is probably the same one millions of dog owners have had. Something must be wrong. My dog feels sick. That is why it is eating grass, right? But here's the thing. Researchers at the University of California, Davis surveyed over 3,000 dog owners and found that only about 8% of dogs showed signs of illness before eating grass, and only around 22% vomited afterward. That means the vast majority of grass-eating dogs are not sick at all, before or after. So if illness is not driving this behavior, what is? And more importantly, should you actually be worried when your dog reaches for that next mouthful of lawn? The answer involves wolf ancestors in Yellowstone, a miniature poodle that changed veterinary thinking, and a hidden danger sitting in most backyards across America that has nothing to do with the grass itself. To understand why your dog eats grass, you have to go back thousands of years to the animal your dog descended from, the gray wolf. Wolves, it turns out, eat grass too. Researchers studying wolf packs, reintroduced to Yellowstone National Park, analyzed over 500 wolf scat samples collected during summer months. 74% of those samples contained plant material, and most of it was common grass. Studies of wolves in Latvia, Greece, and across northern Europe found similar patterns, with plant matter appearing in anywhere from 2 to 47% of samples depending on the region and season. Now, wolves are predators. They hunt elk, deer, and bison. They are not grazing animals. But when a wolf pack brings down an elk, they do not start with the muscle meat. They go for the internal organs first, the heart, the liver, the kidneys, and then the intestines, which are still full of whatever that elk had been eating: grass, sedges, and wild vegetation. For millions of years, canids consumed plant material as part of every kill. It came with the meal. Researchers at UC Davis believe this ancient dietary pattern left a biological imprint. Your golden retriever nosing through the backyard lawn is acting on an instinct that predates domestication itself. Dr. Benjamin Hart, a veterinary behaviorist at UC Davis, put it directly. Since the behavior appears to have been conserved through domestication and artificial selection, it likely serves some biological purpose. It did not disappear because it was never a problem to begin with. So why should you pay attention when your dog grazes in the yard? Because instinct is only part of the story. Sometimes a dog eating grass is sending you a message about what is missing from its bowl. Grass contains fiber. Fiber plays a critical role in how your dog digests food and passes stool. If your dog's commercial diet does not contain enough roughage, your dog may seek it out on its own. This is not a guess. It has been documented. A case study published in the Journal of Veterinary Medical Science followed a miniature poodle that ate grass compulsively. The owners tried everything: behavioral training, more exercise, different environments. Nothing worked. Then, the veterinarian switched the dog to a high-fiber diet. The grass eating stopped. One dog does not prove a universal rule, but the pattern shows up again and again in veterinary practice. Dogs on low-fiber diets, particularly those eating highly processed kibble, tend to graze more frequently than dogs on fiber-balanced whole food diets. If your dog is eating grass regularly and calmly, a conversation with your veterinarian about dietary fiber might be the simplest fix available. However, not every grass-eating dog is calmly browsing for fiber. Some dogs do something very different, and that is where this story takes a more serious turn. The ones that bolt outside and start ripping at the grass in a frenzy, swallowing huge mouthfuls without even chewing. That is a different behavior entirely, and veterinarians take it much more seriously. Frantic grass eating, where a dog seems desperate to get outside and consumes large amounts of grass quickly, is often followed by vomiting. That pattern, according to veterinary researchers, correlates with actual gastrointestinal distress, including acid reflux, inflammatory bowel disease, gastritis, dietary sensitivities, and pancreatitis. The distinction matters. A dog that selectively picks certain blades of grass and chews them slowly is probably fine. A dog that frantically gulps down anything green and then throws up repeatedly may be telling you something is wrong inside. If you see that second pattern more than once or twice, your veterinarian needs to know about it. Assuming your dog is being quirky means missing a potential opportunity to catch a treatable condition early. There is another reason dogs eat grass that has nothing to do with their stomachs at all. It is one of the easiest problems to fix once you recognize it. Boredom, loneliness, and anxiety. Veterinary behaviorists have documented a clear pattern. Grass eating increases as owner contact time decreases. Dogs left alone in the yard for long stretches. Dogs that do not get enough exercise or mental stimulation. And dogs experiencing separation anxiety all show higher rates of grass consumption. For some anxious dogs, chewing grass works the same way nail biting works for nervous humans. It is a self-soothing behavior, a comfort mechanism, not a dietary choice. If your dog eats more grass on days when you have been away longer, or if the behavior ramps up during stressful periods like a move to a new home or a change in the household routine, the grass is not the issue. The emotional need behind it is. More walks, puzzle feeders, interactive toys, even an old shirt with your scent left near the dog's resting area. These interventions often reduce grass eating more effectively than any dietary change because they address what is actually driving the behavior. Now, there is one more theory about why dogs eat grass, and this one reaches deep into evolutionary biology. Researchers studying wild chimpanzees observed something fascinating. Chimps carrying intestinal parasites would seek out specific rough textured leaves, swallow them whole without chewing, and pass them through their digestive tract. The leaves wrapped around the worms and physically expelled them from the gut. Scientists believe wild canids may have done something similar with grass for thousands of years. The fibrous texture of grass increases intestinal motility, and as it passes through the digestive tract, it can physically wrap around intestinal nematodes and carry them out. Younger dogs eat grass more frequently than older ones, and researchers have hypothesized this may be connected to younger animals being more vulnerable to parasitic infections and less immunologically equipped to handle them. Your domesticated dog probably does not have a significant parasite burden, especially if it is on a regular deworming schedule. But the instinct to self-medicate with plant material did not vanish just because the parasites mostly did. If you are learning things about your dog's behavior that you did not expect, hit subscribe. We cover pet health and behavior every week, backed by veterinary research. You will not find scrolling through your feed. Now, everything we have covered so far suggests grass eating is either normal, nutritionally motivated, behavioral, or deeply instinctive. And in most cases, that is true. Your dog eating grass is rarely dangerous on its own. But here is where the real concern begins, and it is not about the grass, it is about what is on the grass. The ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center consistently ranks pesticide ingestion among the top 10 most common toxicities in pets. And the most frequent way dogs encounter these chemicals is exactly the way you would expect. They walk on treated lawns, lick their paws, and eat the grass. Organophosphates, which are among the most widely used insecticides in the United States, disrupt the nervous system. Exposure can cause muscle twitching, excessive drooling, difficulty breathing, seizures, and in severe cases, death. Pyrethroids, commonly found in lawn sprays and flea treatments, can trigger vomiting, tremors, and neurological damage. And herbicides like those found in common weed killers can cause gastrointestinal distress, and with prolonged exposure, liver and kidney disease. A study published in the journal Environmental Research found that dogs exposed to herbicide-treated lawns showed herbicide residue in their urine and faced an elevated risk of developing bladder cancer. Lawn chemicals have been found to remain active on grass for at least 48 hours after application. And here's the problem you probably have not considered. You can control what goes on your own lawn. You cannot control what has been sprayed at the public park, the neighbor's yard that your dog wanders into, or the grassy strip along the sidewalk downtown. If your dog eats grass regularly, and yours probably does, this is the single most important thing to pay attention to. It is not whether the grass eating itself is harmful. It is whether the grass your dog is eating has been treated with chemicals that absolutely are harmful. There's one more layer to this that catches owners off guard. It's not only the chemicals, it's also the other plants growing alongside the grass. Dogs don't always distinguish between grass and the plants next to it. And many common garden and landscaping plants are toxic to dogs. Azaleas, sago palms, oleander, tulip bulbs, lily of the valley. A dog that's casually grazing on grass near a flower bed may accidentally ingest something far more dangerous than a blade of lawn. If your dog likes to graze outdoors, survey the area. Know what's growing within reach. And if you're uncertain about a specific plant, the ASPCA maintains a comprehensive database of plants that are toxic to pets. So where does all of this leave you as a dog owner? If your dog eats grass occasionally, chews it calmly, doesn't vomit afterward, and the grass hasn't been treated with chemicals, you're probably looking at completely normal canine behavior. An ancient instinct passed down from wolf ancestors who ate vegetation with every meal. If the grass eating is frequent and your dog seems to seek it out deliberately, consider whether its diet includes enough fiber. A conversation with your veterinarian about a dietary adjustment might resolve it entirely. If the behavior is frantic, followed by vomiting, or accompanied by lethargy, diarrhea, or changes in appetite, schedule a veterinary exam. Your dog may be dealing with an underlying digestive condition that's treatable once identified. If your dog eats grass during periods of boredom or separation, the fix is enrichment. More exercise, more engagement, and more time spent together. And regardless of why your dog eats grass, always know what's on the grass. Keep your own lawn chemical-free if possible. Avoid letting your dog graze in unfamiliar areas where treatments may have been applied. And clean your dog's paws after walks through public spaces, especially parks and commercial properties where lawn care schedules are outside your control. Your dog eating grass isn't the mystery you've been told it is. The behavior itself is ancient, common, and usually harmless. The real question was never about the grass. It was always about what's hiding on it. We covered the dangers hiding in your backyard today, but there is something sitting in your kitchen right now that veterinarians wish dog owners would stop feeding their pets entirely. We covered that story too, and you are not going to want to miss it.